Greetings from the beautiful city of Providence, Rhode Island. Let's check in with Randolph Wicker and Teresa, who are visiting for WaterFire Providence. Hey Randy and Teresa, how's your weekend in Rhode Island?
It was a great experience. People told me it's okay if you can't make it in the daytime because the true beauty of it comes out after darkness. And it really was something to see. I felt like I was more in Venice than I was when I was in Venice.
Why is that? Because you actually were in Venice.
But this was so authentic. It was so moving. The music, everything was so in sync that you couldn't have made it a 200% scenario if you chose to, because it was a 200% scenario.
And now, Randy, how did you enjoy last evening's WaterFire in Providence, Rhode Island?
It was really quite remarkable. Very much the cedar wood burning and the crackling sound and the smell of the burning wood. It was very tribal, with thousands of people gathered around this pool of water with all these burning pots on it and boats going between them, some with koi fish on them. And it was really quite an experience. And I think one reason the music was so impressive is it was amplified. Like, you know, it was really, you were like in an amphitheater, so you had a main show with all this music themed to what was happening on the water a lot.
Now, at WaterFire, you had made an observation and you had mentioned that you thought it was simple. Could you expand on that?
Well, it's just very tribal. I mean, it's amazing that so many thousands of people would gather around just to see, you know, dozens of lighted pots floating on the water, burning, and people playing music and moving between them. It's a very kind of relaxed, kind of mellow experience. I think it sort of puts you in touch with something very basic that you get around a campfire when you go out on a weekend picnic or something with the family.
Now, Teresa, you had mentioned something about comparing WaterFire to seeing a Broadway show in New York City. What was that statement about, and which do you think is worth more for your money, WaterFire or a Broadway show?
What we paid to be here would actually, for the three of us, would entail just one show ticket in Manhattan, which would not be half as moving, half as just what it was. It took you back generations ago to what life was like.
Speaking of, now Randy, you said WaterFire made you think of people that were not at WaterFire. What did that experience mean to you?
Well, I've seen the DVD about the show, and the man talks about people having very basic conversations, maybe because you're laid back and it's almost domestic. It's almost like sitting at home in front of the fireplace, and you find yourself having intimate conversations with friends and people. And also I found myself thinking of people that it was so beautiful and it was such a wonderful evening, thinking of people that were no longer here that would have enjoyed it, and how fortunate I was to be here to enjoy it.
Now, a lot of people were leaving messages for folks alongside of the river that were in fact not here. Do you want to talk about some of the other things that were happening at WaterFire?
All right, well, I didn't even realize that most of those messages, I thought they were wish messages, but a lot of them were obituaries saying, I'm thinking of you, I wish you were here, in honor of, or I love you always. And I can see why that particular theme was brought out in the lighted candles they had, that you wrote a note and put it under a lighted memorial candle or candle along the waterfront, which added to the mystique of the event.
Now, what else did you see at the waterfront about the koi boats, the mannequins, the statue people?
They had people that looked like statues that were painted gray, and it would be like you asking for $1 donation. It would give you a realm of wisdom, a little roll of paper with some thought of wisdom on it. And I think it was mainly seeing people interacting with people. They had an art show. They had some various foods, unusual foods, a few sample ices from Dunkin' Donuts, but I didn't even know sold ice, Italian ice type things. But it was very enjoyable.
Now, Teresa, when you attend something like WaterFire, is there anything to do after you've seen the fire? Do you just go and walk up to the river, or did you stay for a couple of hours?
We stayed for a bit. It was too good to all of a sudden just turn off the switch. So that was what we did.
Now, as we film this video, you have both seen clips of WaterFire on videos, and you both agreed it was something that could not be conveyed in video or literature. With that being said, is there anything that you think that you could say to really explain WaterFire to someone who may not have attended before?
Well, I don't think you hear the crackling fire, you don't smell the burning logs, and you don't have that intimacy that you have in a dark room. Even though you might be sitting in front of a TV screen, you have this mob of people around you. There's a tribal togetherness that you have.
And Teresa?
I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. It wore me out, but I enjoyed it.
Everybody, it's Ryan, Randy, and Teresa. Now, I have been to WaterFire before, and I thought it would be incredible to come back and experience it with my best friends, Teresa and Randy. So there's so many different ways to experience it, and for me, it's to bring your best friends. From Rhode Island, till next time.
Hope you get to
Bye.
see it.